Andrew Tate versus the Buddha in an AI debate. This is going to be interesting, man.
My friend,
up at 5 a.m., train while others sleep, and crush my competition. I desire Bugattis pulling up to my private jet. I desire a harem of 10 loyal women who worship the ground I walk on, because I'm the king who provides, protects, and dominates like a god. That's purpose. You're trying to convince people to be content with nothing. That's slave programming. I say, become unstoppable.
It's slave programming to want all the material things that you're taught to want. You know, to disconnect from that and go achieve nirvana, that's not slave programming. That's breaking out.
My friend, I hear great suffering in your words, though you dress it in the robes of victory. You call my departure from the palace a coward move. But I had the life you now chase. I was born a prince, with all the power, wealth, and pleasures you seek. I did not flee my palace in cowardice, but in wisdom, to seek the end of this endless hunger. I saw that even in that palace, sickness still entered, old age still approached, and death was inevitable. No amount of gold could stop this. My departure was not cowardice. It was the courage to face the truth of anicca, impermanence. Your path, driven by desires and ambitions, may bring you temporary satisfaction. Yet, the cycle of craving, tanha, never ends. When you gain one thing, you will want more. The desire for wealth will grow into the desire for more wealth. The craving for power will grow into the craving for more power. And this endless cycle of craving only leads to suffering, because attachment to the fleeting is bound to disappoint.
The world doesn't care about your inner peace. Power, real. It's in the money, the power, the empire. 7 Bugattis revving, jets fueled, women kneeling, haters seething. It's in the freedom to shape my life. I live free, you die poor.
Oh, man.
You may have found peace under that tree, but I found purpose, and I'm building an empire from it. Your truths are lies for losers. Join the grind or stay dust.
The raft I speak of reveals your prison. You say you would own the river, build bridges, keep building, but you cannot own a river. The raft is meant to cross suffering, not to be.
You know, to me, I do believe in an afterlife, and I just think that, like, you know, running like a cam girl operation and stuff, like, you're gonna burn in hell, bro. I don't think Andrew Tate's like a bad person or anything. I think that he made some selfish decisions, which is fine. It's kind of the norm in the modern day. And it is what it is, okay? But doing things immorally like that you're not gonna find eternal peace. I think that in order to reach nirvana, or moksha as the Hindus call it, or heaven as Christians and other religions may put it, you need to live righteously in this life, during the time frame where you're here. And I think that's important. I don't think achieving all the material success in the world, while it's nice, it's not the most important thing, right? Doing that, if you can do that the right way, now that's awesome. That's great, right? You've done it. You've likely made an impact on people's lives in a positive way, and that's enriched you. That is the best case scenario, if you ask me personally. And you can continue to seek truth and try to achieve moksha, while also enjoying material pleasures without being too attached to them, right? I think there's a happy medium there.
Be carried forever. You mistake keeping the tool for mastery, but it makes you a slave, chained to the riverbank by your own possessions. I am free to walk on, unburdened. You mock my peace as having nothing to lose, yet you reveal your own terror in your words.
To dress up quitting as wisdom. You saw a sick man. You saw an old man. You saw a dead body, and your takeaway was to run? You saw the fundamental facts of life, that it's hard, that it's a fight, that it ends, and you fled the palace. That's not an awakening. That is the ultimate act of cowardice. You didn't fight anything. Starving yourself for 6 years?
I mean, this is AI Andrew Tate. He's not really saying this, but to the point that this AI is making, is that really cowardice? Is it not cowardice to run away from material displeasure to the point that you're willing to sacrifice your morals and do dirty, nasty things for money? I think that's cowardice, right? You want to improve your quality of life so bad and you can't withstand, hard, like really grinding, doing something that's not a shortcut, and you're going to go do something super immoral. Now you've sacrificed your afterlife, if you believe in that. I do. So, is that cowardice, or is the cowardice what he's saying? It's just food for thought. I think it's the other way around.
That's a tantrum. The real fight is in the world. You fought your thoughts. I fight armies.
I mean, bro, like selling courses that are kind of bullshit. Like there's some you teach people kind of how to scam, right? Like I've seen a little bit of those clips on the internet, and then I mean, you got the cam girl business. Look, man, you made money, you hustler. You're for people who want to make money and live that life, you are a guru. Truly, you're the truth. But I don't know if that's the right way to go about life. You have one life here, right? Do you want to make a positive impact, or do you just want to live hedonistically?
When you talk about my cell, you say, my jet can't fly me from death. No one's can. But when sickness comes, my jet flies the best doctor in the world to me. My money buys the best treatment on earth. I have the option to fight. What do you have? You have acceptance. You've surrendered before the first punch is thrown. You ask what happens when I lose? When I get old? This is the difference between us. You see the end of the game and you quit. I see the end of the game and I plan to have the highest score.
You're also going to burn in hell.
Your enlightenment was selfish. You found your peace at the expense of everyone who depended on you. When I am old, I won't...
No, that's fair. I do think renunciation sometimes can be a sin, right? There's a point... That's my belief as well. And I have my own opinion. I loosely come from Hinduism, but I have my own belief and views on the world and my own philosophy. I actually agree with Tate on this one, on renunciation being a little bit selfish. It can be a sin if you're leaving people in a bad position in order to do it.